Hello and welcome to the weekly wind-up on KLTV, where we bring you a topic on what's happening locally. I'm Dave Hodgson, and with me is Gary Culverwell, a home Firth property developer. But the only thing that he's been developing recently is his muscles and his physique. Why? Well, it involves Kirkwood Hospice, the length of England and Scotland, and a lot of hard work. Confused? You won't be when he explains. Gary, welcome to the programme first of all. So I think the best thing to say, what have you been up to? How was it? And can you sit down comfortably?
Well, I can sit down very comfortably now. It's been a couple of weeks since I've completed, but did the Land's End to John O'Groats.
Yeah, we better explain that this was on a bike only.
It was on a push bike, yeah.
What on earth gave you the idea to do that?
Well, I've wanted to do it for a couple of years now. It was my 50th birthday a couple of years ago, and I was going to do it then. Put it off last year, and decided this year I would do it. Coupled with my dad died last year, and Kirkwood Hospice was very good to him, so I thought I'd marry the two together and finally get it done and raise some money for a good cause as well.
How well did the journey go? Was everything okay?
Fantastic. I chose the route from Land's End to John O'Groats because that's normally where the prevailing wind goes.
I take it no motorways though with the bike?
Absolutely no motorways, no. I had to go on country roads.
No shortcuts?
No shortcuts.
Okay, how did you cope without backup? Because this was a solo run, apart from one day when your mates just joined you for one of the days. Now, for instance, you know, such a long distance, time, breakdowns, eating, sleeping. How did you do it?
Well, I carried. I had panniers. One of my friends lent me some panniers, Carl. He said, just go with it. So I had top box 2 panniers, loaded up with the gear that I'd need for the 14 days, and then just got on with it, you know.
So a tent? How did you do it?
Not so bad as that, really. I booked in B&Bs, a hostel, various things, youth hostels, things like that.
Right.
Pre-booked in advance so that I knew I had a target each day to go to. So that's the way I did it, really.
And you did it in stages that you'd actually pre-planned?
Pre-planning was a bit difficult, really, because in case I had to take into consideration breakdowns, mechanical things that might happen to the bike, injuries, things like that.
Yeah.
So I tended to book sort of 2 or 3 days in advance maximum.
Right. How about telling us about what happened as we go through the slides?
Absolutely,
can you do that?
Yeah, of course I can, yeah.
Okay, well, up come the first slide, and this is pretty obvious, isn't it? But do tell us all about it.
Well, the first slide is there, me with very white legs in Land's End. Got a local passerby to take that photograph. It was about 7:30 in the morning, and quite cold, actually. The sun hadn't properly come out yet. But as I said, that was just on the very beginning of the ride.
Yeah. Were you as fit looking then as you were at the end of it?
I think I was actually fitter towards the end, because I know it's a cycling cliche, but you do actually get fitter as you cycle longer.
Right.
So I'd say probably a little browner than that, but you know, but fairly fit.
At some point, did you ever think, I can't do this, I'm not going to be able to manage it?
Yeah, I did, yeah. Coming up past Bristol, the wind was howling into my face.
That was barely a quarter of the distance.
I know, but the wind was howling into my face, and there's no real easy way to get around Bristol without taking on some more major roads where the traffic had increased.
And hey ho, another 30 odd miles on the route.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. You've got, but your mates did join you at one point, didn't they, for a day, and we've got shots of them being there. Whereabouts is this?
That's just past, well, if you look at the sign, it says do not follow sat nav.
Do not follow sat nav. That's why you've got a map in your hand.
That's why I've got a map in my hand and my glasses on. We were coming up through North Yorkshire, we left Kirby Lonsdale, and we were coming up towards a place called Langwathby. Which is on Langwathby.
They have wonderful names.
They do, yeah, they do. And we were trying to find a way to Langwathby, so there's Lyndon there leaning on the lamppost, and
posing,
and Rob there holding my bike while I'm looking at the map.
Right. Okay. It's an interesting place that you went to. This place called Castle Carrick.
Yeah.
The sign must be unique.
Well, Castle Carrick, if we can get the picture up, it says there, please dance, and we're all bemused by this. So we're looking for dancers or people with bells on their feet, but no, there was nothing.
Nothing.
But a
Nothing.
weird sign, I agree. But that was sort of on the way. That was about 10 miles from the Scottish border,
Right, okay.
going up towards Gretna. Yeah.
Oh, look, we might have just got to the border there.
Yeah. Well, this was Carl laid down by the side of the road, taking a photograph of us three coming down through the Yorkshire Dales, a magnificent road in a magnificent scenery. Yeah.
And going over a sheep pit. I bet that was a bit bone shaking.
It was, because it doesn't show it on the photograph there, but I think we were doing about 30 miles an hour there.
Mind you, they tell me the faster you go over it, the less you feel
Yeah,
the bones.
that's right, yeah, get over them quickly.
Okay, and then of course, finally, you made it, and you've got pictorial proof that you did it. There's the other end, looking remarkably like the Land's End with the...
very similar,
with the mileposts. And a Scottish flag.
That's it.
What was the feeling when you got to that, put the brakes on and dismounted?
Well, quite mixed emotions really. It was quite sad that it was over, because every day all you had to think about was getting on your bike and travelling from A to B. So that's quite good, and all the normal pressures of day-to-day life is gone. So it was quite good that way, but sad in a way. But also elated that I'd actually completed it, and like I say, for a good cause, the Kirkwood Hospice. So
some amount of pedalling. I wonder how many revolutions of that bike.
Millions, probably, millions.
However large or small your business, attracting new customers requires dedication and a lot of patience. Just like fishing, but you also need the right gear. Rods,
reels, lines, hooks, sinkers, lures,
tackle box, tackle bag, net, bait, gas gloves, clothes, pocket knife, roach.
or you could simply advertise with KLTV. Online, grow your business and your clientele. KLTV, your vision made reality. Should have gone to KLTV.
At my age and my weight, you can't just get on a bike and expect to do that. You must have done some training for it.
Well, I'm a member of Home First Cycling Club, and we go out pretty much every Sunday morning for, say, let's say between 30 to 50 miles every Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And then I do a lot of training as well on my own. So, and plus I go out with the lads. So I'm probably doing about 150 miles a week. But you need to do that in order to get up to pace to do something like that sort of challenge. So,
yeah. It was for charity, it was for Kirkwood Hospice, as you said. What have you been able to achieve for them?
Well, I'm hoping, I haven't got all the sponsorship in as yet, but I'm hoping to raise £350.
That's
which
pretty
is
good.
It's okay, yeah. Say we didn't do a lot of publicity. It's mainly from the people and friends at Honley Squash Club, the Phoenix Squash Club at Honley, and then some friends and family, you know, so, yeah.
Well, I suppose the final question should be, what next?
Well, watch this space. We're going to do some more. We've entered the Côte de Home Moss, which is in 2 weeks' time,
right,
on the 2nd of July. All my friends that came with me on the Lands and John O'Groats, we're doing this coming Saturday. We're all cycling to Blackpool for a bit of a training run, which will be good. And then next year, possibly the North Coast 500 in Scotland. So.
Right. I think I'll be at the top of Omos cheering you because that's a drag and a half.
It is up there, yeah. It's quite a tough climb. That,
Even my car has to go in second gear
Yeah,
for that.
yeah.
So, thanks very much indeed,
You're
Gary.
welcome.
I'm about to say more power to your elbow, but it's more power to your feet, isn't
Yeah,
it?
well, to my legs in particular, yeah.
Thanks very much, Gary.
Okay.
So that's it for this week. Hope you've enjoyed this momentous occasion. If you've got any comments to make on this or any other stories, send them via email to info@kirkleeslocaltv.com, Facebook or Twitter, #TheWeeklyWindup. I'm Dave Hodgson. It's been great to be with you. See you next week at some time. Until then, take care of yourself. Thanks to all the crew and goodbye.